In 2018, Cat's Cradle marked an important milestone, the 20th year since our founding. We're thrilled that we can celebrate this milestone by sharing stories of success from our public shelter intake partners in Page County and the Stanton-Augusta-Waynesboro community. These stories of success are due in no small part to partnerships with Cat's Cradle and other rescues. Let's look first at some amazing numbers from the Page County Animal Shelter. Looking back 5 years, in 2013, the Page County Shelter took in 945 cats and euthanized 589 of those. Fast forward to 2018, the shelter took in only 239 cats and euthanized only 29.
And one of the things I think that we bring to the table that's unique is we're a connector organization. We provide support for the local organizations that are already working on helping with pets and making life better for companion animals. Local SPCAs, in Page County, Page Paws, trying to educate folks that there are solutions if you are willing to get involved, and that we can provide the resources in terms of support for spay-neuter, expertise in trapping, loan out equipment, all the things it takes to put together a cooperative relationship, all working toward the same goal. Because there's synergy. When you get different people working together, each bringing their piece, you can have great results. The Page County Shelter, where we're sitting right now, is a perfect example of that. Page County is rural, not the most economically stable place, but they've been able to achieve no-kill status here for 2018 because of the cooperative relationships that have been built. Cat's Cradle was a big part of that.
The last 2 years, our euthanasia rate on cats has decreased significantly thanks to partnering with Cat's Cradle and Page Paws.
What first got me really into this was Red X Day. I went to the shelter one day and all the cats are in their cages and they have little cage cards, you know, that says their name and how old they are. And I went in one day and there was red X's on about 10 of the cages. And I'm like, hey, what are the red X's for? And they're like, those are the cats that are getting euthanized today. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I'll take that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. So that really changed my mind. People ask me, how can you foster? I would fall in love and I'd want to keep all of them. And I said, I can foster and let them get adopted out because of Red X Day. Right. You know, I know for everyone that I foster and then it gets adopted out, that's one cat that comes out of the shelter.
So when people ask us, why don't you take in cats from members of the public? Why can't I surrender my cat to you? It's because, if you think of it this way, if we help people retain their cats, those cats are saved. And then if we help the shelters by pulling cats that are already in the shelters, we've saved another life. So we can save 2 lives by helping to retain with a family and then helping to rescue from the shelters. Now let's turn to the numbers from the Shenandoah Valley Animal Services Center, the public intake shelter for Stanton, Augusta, and Waynesboro since 2011. In 2013, the Shenandoah Valley Animal Services Center took in 1,320 cats and euthanized 372. Fast forward to 2018, they took in 1,119 cats, euthanized only 34. That's what working smart together can do.
Probably the largest population of cats that we transfer to Cat's Cradle is our mama cats and kittens and our bottle babies and things that come in here. Those animals do not do well in a shelter environment. Moms are stressed having babies, trying to fit a mom and babies all in one little cage. It usually doesn't end well for the babies. So it's been great for us to have Cat's Cradle. They've been so helpful. And we can call and say, hey, we've got this mama cat and kittens that was just brought into the shelter, and they find a foster home for them. They find a place to take them in and have the kittens grow up in a home where they're getting socialized. Mom can feel relaxed and safe with her, so she can take care of her babies. We very often get calls about people who their cat is sick, but they're not able to financially afford to get it care. They call us because they're not sure what else to do. They think they might need to surrender their pet so that it can get veterinary care. Cat's Cradle has been a great resource for those people, that we can give them that phone number and they can help them with medical expenses so that they can keep their pets. Because the last thing anybody wants to do is surrender their pet because they can't financially afford to get it the care it needs.
Cat's Cradle's journey began, as so many small nonprofits do, with the passion and determination of one single individual, Pat Rossi. From that humble beginning, we have grown over the years with a lot of bumps in the road, some small and some large, but with the continued commitment of donors and supporters in this community to expand our programs and our work so that we can be a game changer together with our shelters in the Valley.
Cat's Cradle was founded in 1998 by Pat Rossi. She was determined to find no-kill alternatives for stray cats. The idea was simple, yet really powerful. She worked with some local veterinarians to provide sterilization and vaccines at low cost to anyone who had a stray cat and was willing to keep it. Before long, Cat's Cradle found itself fostering some cats and kittens and finding homes for them. We knew we needed to focus on spay-neuter and trap-neuter return, the most effective way to address cat overpopulations. Using local veterinarians just wasn't furnishing enough appointments to bring down the population of unwanted cats. We needed a local, high-volume solution. In 2005, the region's first spay-neuter clinic opened, the Shenandoah Valley Spay-Neuter Clinic, now called Anacera. This low-cost, high-volume clinic offers low-cost sterilization to both cats and dogs with the capacity to perform over 12,000 surgeries every year. Around 2009, Cat's Cradle looked to open a downtown center in Harrisonburg to promote adoptions, do humane education, take calls from clients needing spay-neuter assistance, and train and recruit fosters and other volunteers. In 2012, we really started to increase our outreach for grants and private foundations, such as the Petco Foundation and PetSmart Charities, so that we could expand our spay-neuter and adoption program. In 2014, we realized that we needed to expand our program areas to focus on pet retention and rehoming. Cat's Cradle is currently led by a 9-person board. It's a hard-working board, divided into committees, and everybody has a job to do. Our staff, a very small but hard-working staff, consists of coordinators for our adoption, foster, community service, TNR, and volunteer programs. And our volunteers are small but mighty as well. They do everything to keep this organization running strong.
At Cat's Cradle, we get smart. We don't do things the same way as everyone else. We do them better. We do them smarter. When it comes to S is for spay-neuter programs, which are the heart of what we do, because we're all about making sure that there are not unwanted litters and overpopulation problems with our shelters in the Valley. So we use spay-neuter programming to get to the problem before it begins, helping to make sure that generations of unwanted cats can be prevented, and making sure that there are enough homes for all the cats in the area. So one female cat can have about 50 to 100 kittens in her lifetime. So when you consider Cat's Cradle is facilitating more than 2,000 of these spay and neuters yearly, you realize the impact our programming can have. It's really massive. Our primary partners in spay-neuter are Anacera Veterinary Center. Anacera offers us rescue rates and goes above and beyond to promote our spay-neuter programming by donating vaccines or surgeries. We're also grateful recently to have found relationships with other low-cost veterinary hospital partners who can supplement our spay-neuter programs, such as Harrisonburg Animal Hospital. M is the next letter in our SMART acronym. M is for medical assistance, which is a huge part of how we help people to keep their pets. When somebody is having difficulty affording a specific treatment, or when their cat needs a surgery and it's urgent and they don't know how they're going to afford it, that's where we can help. We started expanding our pet retention and rehoming programs, which includes our medical assistance program, back in 2014. That year, we helped a dozen families. In 2018, we helped 158. We're very thankful for Anna Sira, Woodworth Animal Hospital, and Harrisonburg Animal Hospital, our key medical assistance veterinary partners, for making this possible. Each year, Cat's Cradle rescues between 600 and 800 cats from our partner shelters. We locally adopt out between 400 and 600 of these into their forever homes.
So my name is Christy Tabor. I'm a licensed veterinary technician, and I'm the foster coordinator for Cat's Cradle. And I come down here to the Shenandoah Valley Animal Services Center to get cats to put into foster care with our group. I go in, I meet the cats, I check them over health-wise, check their ears, check their mouths. And I just check their personalities. I see if they're friendly, if they're scared, if they're feral. And I just try to find good matches for the people who foster for us. Some people like to foster adult cats only. Some people only want to do kittens. There are certain people who foster who like certain types of cats. So I just try to keep an eye out for cats that I think would be good fits for the people that we have.
So I'm up every 2-3 hours with them, bottle feeding and helping them go to the bathroom. Hi guys. And just taking care of them. Cat's Cradle has very dedicated volunteers. I don't think I've ever been part of an organization that really gives such individual attention to its fosters and its kittens and its cats. Cat's Cradle has a lot of heart and a lot of great people.
Some of our adoptions take place through partnerships with no-kill shelters in points north, specifically Pennsylvania and New York. Because of the warm weather here in the Shenandoah Valley, cats here have longer, more frequent heat cycles. That means more kittens. Cat's Cradle will frequently send a van driven by volunteers to a no-kill shelter in New York or Pennsylvania filled with adoptable cats. And within a day, usually all of them, every one, is adopted into a loving forever home. So this is a fantastic resource for us. We've expanded these transports in the past few years, and now we're transporting over 200 cats and kittens every year.
Our pet retention program has two aspects to it. One is retention for pets to stay with their families. The other is short-term retention assistance for people who find strays or find kittens and can't keep them long-term, but are willing to keep them short-term while we can help them rehome the animal. In the case of pet retention for families, our clients are often low income, elderly, and occasionally victims of domestic violence.
In the event that someone cannot keep their cat, one of the services Cat's Cradle provides is we help them to rehome that cat. Instead of putting the cat in a shelter facility where they might be euthanized, we try to find them a direct line to a new home. So our Woof and Purr rehoming network is how we do that on social media and on our website. And we try to ensure that cats don't have to go where they might never come out. When it comes to the final piece of that SMART acronym, T refers to our Trap, Neuter, Return program, which is crucial to reducing shelter intake and needless euthanasia. We have a lot of free-roaming feral cat communities in our area. Many of these cats are unadoptable. They're not domesticated. But caretakers are willing to feed and care for them if we can stabilize the population. And with TNR, we're sending our staff coordinator out into the field with humane traps. We're trapping those cats, making sure they are altered before they go back to their homes, and then we let them on their way. We help people to peacefully coexist with them.
We moved out here in 2016, and there were 2 cats. Little did we know they were going to multiply as fast as they did. And so we contacted, once we were up to about 18, we contacted Cat's Cradle. So we ended up close to 45 to 50 cats. And Cat's Cradle, as of today, has finished and helped us get all neutered and spayed.
So what's next in the Cat's Cradle journey? We can't stop now. You can help Cat's Cradle keep up this amazing life-saving change in the Valley. We can't do it without you. As pet owners and caretakers have become aware of our expanded programs and services, our phones ring off the hook. We average 80 calls a week for help.
We're very proud of the proportion of our budget that goes directly to programs, which at last count was between 87 and 90% of our annual budget of $450,000. So that's a really immense proportion going directly to help cats.
Get smart and save lives with Cat's Cradle. Together, we can make an amazing change.